Retro gaming is bigger than ever nowadays. Reliving the past is something us retro gamers just love for one reason or another. Some like the Retropie, bro. Some like to play on original hardware. But one thing's for sure, regardless of your budget and preference for hardware, there are many options available. Today we look at one such option, an HD NES clone from Retropie, the RES Plus. We will unbox this bad boy, test her out, and also compare visuals and sound to several other options that are available to us. So, without further ado, let's get this party started. Okay, so here she is, the RES Plus by Retropie. The plus is for awesome, I think. So she plays all our NES games, top-loading design, HDMI cable included, has 2 controllers as well. Sweetness. And the controllers are like their own little alteration to the original style, but we'll check that out in a moment. The side of the box, nothing special. Other side lists what's included. The back of the box lists our features compatible with your favorite NES cartridges, HDMI and AV output, controllers compatible with pretty much anything that uses NES inputs, and she has a micro USB powered cable included. So that's the box. Nothing special. Fairly cheap box, but you know, it is what it is. What's on the inside of the box is what counts. So taking her out, this system does come in a little cheap plastic tray. I will say that the Retron does have better packaging than this, but hey, packaging's not what matters. It's what's on the inside of the packaging and if it can actually handle its business. So sitting here, we got the RES Plus, kind of light feeling, has a little cheapness feel to it, but yeah, that's pretty typical of these clone systems. We do have our HDMI, AV, nothing special, no extra switches or anything. Not like the Retron. The Retron, we had the PAL and NTSC switch and the 16:9 and 4:3 switch. This does not have that, so we'll have to check that out. It does come with your HDMI cable, and she also has the power brick and the power cable, which is nice. And she comes with 2 controllers. So these controllers, and I do have other Retrobit controllers, and I actually do like the quality of the controls that they make. These ones are styled after the originals, but the button placement's a little different at that angle, which it's not bad. I mean, it doesn't feel bad. I dig it. Buttons push pretty well. Everything seems good and legit with the controller. We're just gonna have to try it out to really know if she's good. But now, onto the magic. What I really wanted to do here, because you know a lot of these systems are similar price, or there's systems that are a heck of a lot higher priced. There's different options. So we wanted to take a look at the RES Plus, compare the video and audio output to Pi 3, and also compare it to a Retron HD, which, like I said, does have that PAL switch and does have the 16:9 and 4:3 switch on the back. So I'm not sure with the Retrobit how that's going to work. And then we are also going to compare to the AVS. So with all that said, we're going to get this party started with the Retrobit first. So let's go ahead and take a look at some gameplay. Okay, guys, so there you have it. The comparison. So who's the winner? Ultimately, I'm going to leave that up to you to figure out and judge. I'm going to have my preferences, and I'll go ahead and share that with you, and I'll share what I noticed with this system. Now, the one thing I do want to point out is that RGT85 had already done a review on this system the other day, about a day or two ago, and he had an issue with Castlevania 3, where he was getting some horizontal tearing or pixel distortion. It's kind of hard to describe. I'm not a technical person. People were unsure. Was it the game? Was it the system? Was it his capture hardware? Was there something else going on? Well, I'm here to confirm it's the system. Castlevania 3 does not play 100% on the RES Plus. It's just the way it is. Sorry. But there is a positive, though. Every other game I've played on it has played perfectly. The colors have been top-notch. They have looked great. The sound quality is there. It's a beautiful system, but you're just not getting that 100% compatibility. With the Retron HD, they used a different color palette, which is what their explanation was for the games looking a little different. You know, I guess you would say some of the games to me looked washed out, detailed, was missing. It's just the way it was. Kind of unfortunate because this is a very solid feeling system. This thing is nice plastic, whereas I'm being honest, this feels like a junk Chinese toy that you'd get at the 99-cent store or, somewhere, like a bargain bin type thing. That's how this feels. That's not 100% the way it performs, being honest with you, but that's the way it feels. Now, the other thing, the controller. The controller performs great. It feels great. But also compared to the Retron's controller, the Cadet, I really prefer the Cadet controller. Now, the thing is, both of those systems are in the same price range. The RES comes with 2 controllers. The Retron comes with 1. Better quality controller, in my opinion. Now, it's really going to be up to you to judge. I'm just going to point out right now the compatibility for both of these systems seems to be about the same, other than Castlevania 3 plays without that glitch on the Retron HD, whereas we had that glitch on the RES. The compatibility is the same, and from my tests anyway, and that the EverDrive, the Power Pack do not work. Can't get them to work on these systems. Some of my homebrews, some of my repros, some of my, how would you describe them? Like Haunted Halloween 86. It's a new game. It's not really a homebrew or a hack or anything like that. It's a new game. Does not work on either of these systems, unfortunately. Everything that I've put in my AVS works, though. The EverDrive, Power Pack, any homebrew, repro, everything works. But that's in a different ballpark as far as price goes. But I did want to show a comparison of that as well. Honestly, in my opinion, you're not going to beat the AVS, but the price is going to be so much more. It's $185 for an AVS, where both of these systems, these guys are both in the $40 to $45 range, somewhere around there. So it's just going to be up to your budget, what you want to spend, what you feel comfortable with. You might even have the money to just throw at a system and you figure, I don't want to spend $185 for Nintendo. Hey, everybody's going to have different priorities, different things they want. If you're looking for a system to play cartridges on, my recommendation is the AVS. But if you're looking for a budget system, I'm going to recommend the Retron HD. Reason being, it feels nicer, looks nicer. The quality is there, in my opinion. The colors are off with HD. It's just the palette they chose to use. The AVS, if you have the firmware updated, you can have the same palette as the Retron HD, essentially. But it's just where it's at. To me, I like the Retron just because of the quality behind it. The controller's nicer. I've taken both of these systems apart, and I may do a video on that in the future. I don't like what I see on the inside of this thing. Just being honest, the quality. I don't want to go into a lot of detail, but there's some stuff in here that bothers me. Whereas my Retron HD, when I opened this up, everything was clean. It's a simple Nintendo on a chip, but it was clean, looked nice. There's some quality behind it, where this was just kind of thrown together, and there's a lot of sloppiness in the inside of this system. So that's where it's at with that. Ultimately, it's going to be your choice. My recommendation, if you have the money, get an AVS. If you want a budget system, get the Retron HD. If you want to just use ROMs, get a Raspberry Pi. It looks fine on the Raspberry Pi. Castlevania 3, it looked good. Sound was great. There's some kind of, I don't know what you would call it because I'm not that technical, but when I play on the Raspberry Pi, there's like a digital filtering going over it or something that I notice while I'm watching it on the TV and playing the game versus playing on a cartridge. Just looks cleaner to me. But ultimately, it's just going to be up to your preference and the money you want to spend. I just wanted to show these to you guys. Now, if you want to purchase this bad boy or any other kind of retro gear, I am going to recommend Castlemania Games. That's where I bought this from. They did not pay me. They did not provide this to me for free. I bought this with my own money. But they have excellent customer service. Their shipping is freaking fantastic. I got this in just a matter of a couple days. Their shipping prices, if you buy stuff over $20, you get free shipping. I didn't pay any tax. Everything was good. I got it cheaper than what I would have bought it on Amazon for. But I also have a coupon code. A little special deal for you guys. If you want to buy something from them, their link will be in the description. Use the coupon code PIXEL10. It'll be like over there somewhere. I'll put it up on the screen. Use that code. They got a lot of cool stuff. Not just, they're not just selling this bad boy, but they sell a lot of cool stuff if you're into retro gaming. So peep them out for sure. Now with that, I'm going to go ahead and show some little bonus footage of some other gameplay featuring these systems. Real quick, let you make up your decision. But please smash that like button, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Let's go ahead and peep out that extra footage. Boom!